we got into the room, our feeling was that direct was really about one to a targeted group of people. And the more specific that group of people is, the more interesting it becomes as direct. A lot of times in our industry, we're really interested in scale. And direct sometimes can be very small. You know, if there's a specific group of people that you want to meet and have an interaction with, usually to get to a business, outcome. So we try to say, make sure that you give room for smaller ideas, but very specifically directed to a group of people that would require them to respond in some way or benefit them.
Please record your skinny radio ad after the beep.
If you want to be in an ad, it is as simple as calling a number.
You phone this number and you then read the script that's on the poster to the voicemail.
To keep prices low, Skinny has placed this radio script near the theatre.
I was not in the room when the jury was discussing the grant for direct because we had a piece in from my agency. So I can't speak for the room itself, but I do think that when I looked at what was honored, the group expanded on the definition that we started out with at the beginning to not focus on as much of who the work was directed to, but when someone met the work, did they respond? The emphasis was much more on response.
It's like a nationwide treasure hunt, but without the treasure, because no one's getting paid a cent.
Integration has been a wonderful category to watch over the decades. I can't tell you how many jury rooms I've sat in when they're like, what does this mean? I don't even understand. And it actually has changed over time. And this, I think, still is the lens we look through a lot of the work is there a central idea that then was expressed in different creative ways depending on where the idea was showing up. We tried to honor things that were really different pieces of creative. So this year, the Grand LIA for Integration is going to CeraVe for Michael CeraVe. I think it shows a new way to think about integration, which is much more storytelling. When you look at all of the work being done under this idea, did each of the components contribute to a bigger story? And they all sort of added up. And without the components, would the idea have been as good?
I'm telling them our story. CeraVe. Developed with Michael CeraVe. We like? I just think it would be really nice if people think that I make this. So.
That to me is the best of integration, is that every time you meet a piece of it, the story gets richer, the idea gets richer.